It's no hidden secret that us students love a cheeky drink. In fact, a study in 2021 found that 95% of students in Coventry were classified as binge drinkers. High alcohol consumption is a growing issue, so let's ask the students what they think.
I'm a social drinker. I'll drink if we go out, but I do know there's people that just go out, have a couple of pints before their lectures and then go to lectures.
Yeah, there is a lot of students do drink. Sometimes cure depression, sometimes it's just like a problem.
During the first year, like when you don't have much lessons compared to second year, because all your seminars are 1 hour and lectures are 1 hour, sometimes you find time to go drinking.
In first year it's fine, in second year there's a problem, and in third year you shouldn't be drinking at all.
Societies definitely do go over it a bit too much sometimes.
Do you think there's an issue with peer pressure and drinking within societies and social nights out?
No, I don't drink, and they're respectable of it. Made me do drink an egg instead of a shoey.
So our social sects in our society are very aware of how much people drink.
Anyone want to spill the secrets?
I don't think we can really expose much of what we do.
So I guess it's kind of a secret club. If you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out.
Well, you heard it here first from the students themselves. Societies clearly have more to play into student drinking than we thought. Let's go talk to someone who'll have more knowledge. Social sec, short for secretary, is the person responsible in a social for getting everyone very drunk, also responsible for keeping them safe. Today we're talking to Charlie, the lovely Charlie from the American football team, the Bobcats, a group of boys notorious for having a nice old drink. Do you think university comes hand in hand with over-drinking?
Yes, it does. Within societies as well. There's a lot of drinking involved in university, but I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. I quite like that. It's meant that I've made way more friends than I thought I would. Going to the pubs, going to the clubs. If one of the boys has had too much to drink, it's my job to keep an eye on him and make sure that he gets home safe that night. I think it's very important to maintain a balance. Myself, I try and go to the gym, try and attend as many lectures as possible. That's what we're here for. We do have a couple of boys on the team that don't drink. They're not forced to. They're still able to come along, join in, take part in games by having soft drinks instead.
What are your 3 main tips for keeping yourself happy, healthy, while also enjoying a drink?
Diet is important. I make sure to eat as much food as possible on the day leading up to going out. Drinking lots of water on the day is definitely the best thing you could do to avoid a hangover and just stay healthy. And knowing your limits, that's a big one. Making sure you're not over drinking constantly is probably my best tip.
I thought we'd take a trip to a bar. Like many students, this is one of my favourite. And I thought speaking to Ariana, who works here, would be a great chance to learn more about alcohol awareness. Hello, it's lovely to meet you.
Hi.
So, Ariana, how long have you been working in a bar?
I've been in a bar for about 4.5 years on and off, and I'd say about a quarter of my clientele are students. Students definitely go for the strongest and cheapest options. Some students just haven't learned their limits yet, so they're way more likely to go a little bit overboard. When you overdrink, you're not in control of yourself necessarily, and you can cause harm to yourself and to others. And of course, when you go too far over the limit, there's always, the possibility of alcohol poisoning or something really detrimental happening.
I think this is really valuable information, and I feel like a lot of students in particular don't have a lot of awareness about this kind of stuff and knowledge.
I personally think that institutions really are responsible for educating their students, mainly. But at the end of the day, it really is the individual's responsibility. You have to protect yourself. You have to know your own limits and make sure that you're just always in a safe environment, really. I think that a bar has a responsibility to protect all of their guest safety. Obviously, if they engage in freshers events or have a higher student clientele, they definitely have to pay attention to that more. If someone is visibly inebriated, you kind of have to step in. Yeah. I mean, if they're happy and don't seem to be posing a threat, I think that you can also just ask them to have some water maybe and take a little bit of a break before their next drink. But if someone's getting aggressive or if they're very ill, obviously you have to sometimes step in, sometimes get security depending. I think that if you go out with someone, it's your responsibility to make sure that they have a good night but that they also end up home safe. So a lot of the times, if one of their friends has gone over the limit, you see a group take someone home, put them to bed and come right back out to their night out, and I think that's quite nice. Obviously, drinking culture is always going to be a part of uni culture, but I think increasing awareness around it can only lead to positives, really.
So there we have it. We're all responsible for keeping ourselves and others safe on a night out. I've learnt a lot today. To create real social change, we need to look after each other, not give in to peer pressure, and most importantly, think before you drink.